Hi, this is Jeremy Levy, probably best known as the voice of Bumblebee,
Wreck and Ruin, Jetfire,
Perceptor, Whirl on Transformers Cyberverse and Rescue Bots Academy, as well as other characters on other things you may have seen on TV or the internets. And this is In Conversation with Amber the Fangirl.
Hi guys, Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with ATF. My guest today is an actor, a voice actor. He is best known for voicing Professor Mohn and more in Pokémon, the more recent TV series, I believe. Lomni in Sofa King, Bumblebee in Transformers Cyberverse, Transformers Rescue Bots Academy, and Transformers Battlegrounds, which I actually have on a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't played in a while.
I'll tell you. Well, you can go through my resume, and then we can talk about the video game.
Yeah, of course. For Rescue Bots Academy, Jeremy has also voiced Mr. Harrison, Perceptor, and Josh. Cyberverse, he's voiced Whirl, Jetfire, Rack and Ruin, Coolus, Hippus, Perceptor, Lord Nor, Death, Bumblebee 2, and Rack and Ruin 2. He voiced Badalf and Dermok in Nella The Princess Knight, Tracker in Modern Combat Versus, and he's also been in stuff like Life Hacks with Gina Kim, Goat and Aaron, Killzone 3, and Morris County. And he's also written and produced a short film, The Gift of Maggioli.
Maggioli.
Yeah. My guest is Mr. Jeremy Levy.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi. Oh my God, so lovely to have you on my show.
I am very, very happy to be here on the day of your college graduation.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, graduated college, up onwards and upwards, going into the world of voiceover. I'm so excited, honestly. But today I'd like to celebrate it with you, Jeremy, we can talk about your career and everything like that. So as you said before, we can start off with Transformers Battlegrounds if you want to. I've got it on my Switch somewhere. So whilst I find it real quick, what was it like working on the game, or what info have you got?
So I want to start by saying I also have the game, and I am not great. Yeah, I'm not great at video games, and I didn't make it past the second level, I don't think.
Same as me.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
but also, like,
I've got tons of Switch games.
I believe in you.
It's not in my cupboard, but I have tons of Switch games. So it's probably just lurking around downstairs. But I have it. Yeah, I got it for Christmas one year.
Well, that's great. I think I also got it for Christmas one year.
Oh, that's cool. So they used the Cyberverse voice cast for that, right?
Yes, they did. It was great. It was very interesting because we recorded it at the beginnings of COVID. So there was a lot of sort of confusion as to how we were going to get this done. Now, I think it's standard fare for everyone to record from home, and most people have broadcast quality studios, and most things are done remote now. But at the time, it was kind of novel, and at the time, 3 years ago, it was kind of novel, and everyone was trying to figure it out. So there was a lot of testing, and there was a lot of checking people's rigs. There was a question of whether we would be able to do it at all. Okay, my dog is now shaking the entire table. Buddy, I can't play with you right now, but you're adorable. I love you. We'll play tug later, okay, pal?
Oh, bless him. So adorable.
He's like, there seems to be a lot of talking, but not directed towards me.
Just talking, but there's no one there. What's going on?
We'll get you some camera time, I'm sure. So there was a question of whether or not we were able to do it. And then we did. We pulled it off. We had Margaret Tang is an amazing voice director. JJ, buddy, please hold. He's trying to get a ball. I know.
Whilst Jeremy sorts out his dog JJ, I'd like to quickly say that the next topic that we will be talking about is actually going to be Jeremy's first appearance. Oh, hello JJ.
Hey, hi, this is JJ Ace Levy.
Age.
He is feeling. He is
Age.
11 months old,
Oh, look at him.
and
Oh,
he is feeling
bless
very
him.
rambunctious at the moment.
Oh,
So
look
yes,
at him. He just wants to
if
play with
I'm
his
distracted, it's
ball.
because this little
Look
terror.
at him. Oh, what an adorable little dog.
Okay, buddy.
Oh, bless
Be
his little
free.
floofball.
Let Daddy talk to the people. Anyways, Margaret Tang, voice director, she was incredible. I loved the script. I thought it was actually some of my favorite stuff that I'd ever done with the character, which was sort of weird how it ended up on this video game.
Yeah.
But I think that it was one of the last things we recorded. So I think it was like I'd gotten really the feel for the character at that point. Not that I didn't before, but like he was really in my bones at that point. I'm gonna take his ball away. Please hold.
That's okay. As I was saying about Jeremy's first UK con appearance at TFNation this August.
Okay, we're here.
Oh, sorry, you didn't hear any of that.
I literally didn't hear any of that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good because it's our next topic. So I don't want to spoil it for
Fantastic.
you. So that's what I was saying before. I'm not sure if this is your first con appearance ever or like first con appearance in the UK. But as some of you may know, I didn't want to say this till the end because I'm excited to discuss this. Jeremy will be appearing at TFNation in Birmingham, UK, in the UK this August.
I'm going to be there the 10th through the 13th.
That's right. And
I have been told by another British person that I have been saying Birmingham wrong because I was saying Birmingham. And he was like, no, mate, it's Birmingham.
Birmingham. That's so cool. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. Is it your first ever con appearance or is it just your first appearance in the UK?
It's not my first one. It is my first one in the UK. It's my first Transformers centric con, so I'm very excited about that. To hang with all of the fans. Everyone from that con has been very, very cool. May Cat, one of the writers on the show, is also going to be there with me.
Yeah.
May is the best. She is a tiny force of nature, and we love her.
She did Earthspark as well. I think
she
did.
Was
the one who developed the character of Nightshade. I think the whole story and stuff behind Nightshade. Yeah. Who else is going to be there? Susan Blue's going to be there. David Sobolos. So you're going to be in quite good company. Oh, and I think Amber Jones is going as well. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah. Very exciting.
Yeah, so I wanted to interview you, not just like also your career, but also because of TFNation in time for TFNation, just to like put out there and we could just talk and stuff like that. What are you?
I can't wait to hang with you. That's gonna be great.
Me too. What are you most looking forward to seeing when you come over to England?
So I'm gonna spend a couple of days in London on either end of it. I've been to London. I studied in London actually in college for a bit. But I don't really know. I've never been to Birmingham. I've only been to London. I've been to the Cotswolds. I escaped to the country. The little escape to the country deal.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
I like my favorite part of coming to England because we don't have a lot of history in New York. I mean, it seems like we do, but we don't. Yeah. You look at a building and we're mesmerized because that building is 100 years old. We all freak out. Meanwhile, like I go to London and drink in a 500-year-old pub, and my mind is blown. So I love that stuff. That's all. Like the history is my absolute like favorite part of visiting over there.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited for it to meet you and everybody else who's going. So that's gonna be fun. I don't think I'll be going the whole weekend. I'll only be going like 1 or 2 days, I think. So, but I'll still be there at some point, and you'll see me definitely.
I accept these terms.
Yep. Yeah.
I accept these terms.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. I really do appreciate that. What was I going to say? Oh yes, Rescue Bots Academy. So this was made as a sort of sequel show to the original Rescue Bots. Yeah,
it's a sequel show, but also now that the multiverse is so popular, I like to think of it as also sort of like an alternate reality rescue bots, like an alternate universe, because like they share a lot of similarities, but I feel like there's enough differences where like it could be sort of they're more kissing cousins, I think, than a direct sequel.
Yeah, everyone calls it the aligned community because they believe that Prime, Transformers Prime, Rescue Bots, the first series, and Robots in Disguise 2015 version, they're all in the same universe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, like, I think in one episode of Prime, Ratchet says, "Oh yeah, Optimus and Bumblebee have gone on a scouting mission," but then like there is an episode where Optimus and Bumblebee visit Griffin Rock, so people believe that that was their scouting mission. But the thing is,
Yeah.
how do you transition from CGI to like 2D animation? But you know, it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. You know, that's
Yeah,
sort of
it's sort of
questions.
like it's all gobbledygook that we try to make some sort of sense of and make patterns in. But yeah, at the end of the day, the fun is what is it? Not fan casting, but like
Yeah,
head canoning and
yeah,
all that sort of
yeah,
stuff. That's part of
yeah.
the journey and the experience, I think.
Yeah. Have you met any other cast members from Rescue Bots Academy, like Jake Fushi or anybody like that?
I have not met Jake Fushi, but I have. Yeah, I met a bunch. We had a cast party, the
Okay, yeah.
Cyberverse people and the Rescue Bots Academy. We had sort of a viewing of it,
Oh, that's
um,
really cool.
and yeah, we hung with. I think Paul was there and Alan was there. Um, a bunch of other people were there. I'll tell you this. Here's what I have learned: the Rescue Bots Academy cast can party way harder than the Transformers Cyberverse cast. They really hung in there. They were the last ones at the end of the night, still at the party. The Cyberverse cast was long gone.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, they're all good dudes. And I hang with the well, I guess we're not onto Cyberverse quite yet, but I hang with those dudes too. Travis, who was on your podcast, lives
Travis
in the
Arts. Love Travis. He's amazing. Wish they got him for
I see
TFNation as well.
I see Travis on the street. Usually when I'm eating for some reason, I'm like I'll be at like a restaurant or something and Travis will be walking by. And I think last time I had a mouthful of taco and he was just like, "Hey, what's up, Jeremy?" I was like, "Oh, what's up, dude? What's up?
That's
I'll see you, buddy. I'll call you later."
brilliant. Oh man. So, oh, what's this? Oh yeah. Have you seen the original Rescue Bot series by any chance?
I did. I watched a bunch of the original Rescue Bots. When I got the part of Bumblebee, and I've told the story before. I sadly did not know that much about Transformers, even though like I'm a child of the '80s. For some reason, I was more of like a He-Man, Thundercats, sort of a sword and sorcery guy.
Yeah, more of a
Back then.
Filmation ranking bass guy than a
Yeah,
Hasbro Sunbow
yeah,
guy.
that was sort of my thing, like back when Transformers was on. So I never really got on the bandwagon, and then when I got the parts, I was like, well, I mean, I owe it to the also JJ is sleeping on the couch right now and he's being very adorable.
Oh.
He opened his eyes. Okay. I I was like, I'm a nerd. I'm a fan of many things. I dislike it intensely when someone sort of takes on an iconic character and people are like, "So did you read the source material?" And they're like, "No, I just, I wanted to do my own thing with it." I feel like these characters, Transformers, the universe, it's so important to so many people. So I took myself to Transformers University, and I sat hours every day with a pad and a pencil, and I watched from every show, like a little bit of every show. I would watch like a couple episodes from every season and incarnation of Transformers, just to sort of get the feel for it. And then I would, take to the wikis or I'd watch like YouTube
Yeah.
videos, just trying to learn about it. So in my education for all this stuff, I definitely watched a bunch of Rescue Bots episodes, and they're
That's
great.
good. That's good to hear. Wow, I can't believe you didn't grow up with Transformers. I was going to ask you, have you grown up with Transformers before, like, auditioning for the show? Would you have dreamt yourself becoming the voice of Bumblebee when you were younger?
No. But I mean, I was still a nerd, and I still loved to watch all of these cartoons. He-Man, Thundercats, and then I moved on to Ninja Turtles, of course. I saw that you met the entire cast of the Ninja Turtles, and I was like, wow.
They're so lovely, all of them.
She's officially the coolest person I've ever met in my entire life. And then it became sort of Batman the Animated Series and X-Men in the 90s and Spider-Man in the 90s. So like I always wanted to play a superhero on TV or something of that nature, that I think Bumblebee fits squarely into. So yeah, I mean, like I dreamt of something like this, if not Bumblebee specifically. And every time Bumblebee got to like do something super heroic or have one of those like kind of iconic hero lines, I was just like, this is awesome.
That's amazing though. Like I didn't even know you're a Batman animated series fan. That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
I love Batman.
I have so much to talk about.
Oh yeah.
God. So what was it like? What did you love about Batman the animated series?
So I mean, it was like no other series prior to it, because it was like watching a movie. It was so cinematic, and they took it so seriously. It didn't seem like it was for kids. I mean, like all of the shots, the cinematography was so well composed. The acting was incredible. The stories were tight. It was I could go on and on and on. Kevin Conroy, one of my heroes, absolutely. Mark Hamill. I mean, yes. I ripped off Kevin Conroy slightly for my Perceptor voice.
Really? And what does it sound like?
My Perceptor voice? Well, my I mean, Kevin Conroy's got that I am justice. I am the knight. I am Batman. Has that sort of like that gruff kind of like very bellowy kind of voice.
You sound very similar to him. I'm not being funny. You do sound very similar. And I was like, just hearing that voice nearly made me cry, honestly. Because I was devastated when he passed away. And I met him.
I've not met him, but one of my agents was his agent for a very long time. Liz Klausner, who's at KMR with me right now. So she repped him at Paradigm, I believe, and I think we shared a manager too.
Wow.
So I've heard stories, and my understanding is he's just the nicest, sweetest human being on the face of the planet. He's the best.
Let's talk about Cyberverse. Until obviously the room just completely just vanishes. So Cyberverse. How did you get casted for that? Or did you go to an audition? How did you get that?
Yeah. So I actually auditioned for Bumblebee for Rescue Bots Academy first. I got a message from Jen Sukup, who's the casting director, who I've known for a very long time. Dear friend, actually. She and her husband and my wife and I are all going to Costa Rica together next year.
Wow. That's so
cool. Jen is great. So she called me in to read for Bumblebee for Rescue Bots. And at the time, they still wanted someone who kind of felt a little bit like Will Friedle. And, I have a slightly Will Friedle quality to my voice. I feel like
I agree.
Rounded, youthful thing going on. Not that I am a Will Friedle, because that guy is on level. Another hero of mine, Batman Beyond,
Great. Absolutely
Lionel.
great show. Love it.
Yeah, that guy's a legend, and even my name being mentioned in the same breath as his was like, sure, yeah, no, thank you. So I went in for that, and then it got sort of confusing because they were like, yeah, they like you for that, but also they're making another show like for older kids, and they want to read you for Bumblebee for that too, because they want to use the same actor for both. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got the script for Cyberverse. So for Rescue Bots Academy, because they didn't even have any scripts yet, they just had us read from regular Rescue Bots script. So I was reading old Bumblebee lines from the old Rescue Bot show because it was in its infancy and they didn't even have scripts yet.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I got the scripts for Cyberverse. And it seemed almost like a different character a little bit because the Bumblebee on Rescue Bots Academy and Rescue Bots he's a little more mature. He's sort of like he's been through it. He's kind of more of a leader. And then Bumblebee in Cyberverse, he's like kind of the little brother character. There's an arc there. He starts at the beginning where he kind of becomes the hero that we all know and love.
Yeah.
So I was auditioning for both at the same time and trying to bridge that gap. And then they called me back. I think I got like 4 callbacks before. Yeah, they were really because both writers for both sets of shows had to sign off on me. So Kevin and Doc were the showrunners and the head writers for Rescue Bots Academy. Also amazing dudes. Love those guys. So funny, so cool. But then Rand and Mike Hauser were the producers and the head writers for Cyberverse. So everyone had to sign off on me. So I had to keep like coming back over and over and over again until everyone was generally satisfied. And I guess I won them over eventually. I wear people down. Eventually I will wear you down. You will love me. Just kidding. Love me.
You will, and you'll like it.
You love me. I'm an actor. I need adoration.
All actors need it. Definitely is what keeps them going, I think. And then Cyberverse changed its name, right, to Bumblebee Adventures or something like that.
Yeah, sort of.
Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures.
I think it was just a marketing thing. I think it was. It was the same show. I think like they were just. Bumblebee is a very popular character. The show, especially in the latter seasons, is not really about Bumblebee. In fact, like I think Bumblebee gets a diminishing role as the show kind of progresses, which is really so I think it was just a marketing thing. I think they were just trying to like cash in more on Bumblebee's name, but I still call it Transformers Cyberverse.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's more easier to say. You can say it in one breath.
Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventure. It's a little cumbersome.
Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventure. I just can't be bothered saying it. It's just Transformers Cyberverse. Yeah. It's like, of course, it's like Transformers blank. That's what most of the shows are, pretty much. So before we get cut off, I'd like to ask you real quick. Jeremy, who are your voiceover heroes?
Oh,
what voice actors?
I think I've already been through them. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
100%. Will Friedle. A ton of the people that you have had on your show. Rob Paulson, Nolan North, Josh Keaton. Like these guys are at the top of their game. They're all like what we all aspire to be. Yeah, they're absolutely incredible. But Kevin Conroy is just like if I had to pick one. Yeah,
definitely the GOAT, the OG.
He's the GOAT.
Batman. The only Batman.
Goat. He's the GOAT bat.
The only Batman, I think. Yeah.
I like how
I,
like further on in his Batman career, he was just doing less and less and less, and it was like so much more effective. Like it got even better. Like at the beginning, he just sort of had this bellowy Batman thing, and then at the end, he was just sort of talking like this all the time, and that was all you needed.
you definitely, I think you sound like pretty much Wilfred Dell's Batman and Kevin Conroy's Batman mushed together. I
I
think
could see that.
you sound like a mix.
Batman,
Yeah.
Batman is a dream role. My two dream roles, Batman and Spider-Man, are my two dream
Yeah.
roles.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, because obviously Will was Batman, Josh was Spider-Man. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah, that's really,
Yeah.
honestly, it's so cool just to get to talk to these people and stuff like that. You just reach out, and they're just voice actors are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I swear down, I've never met an unkind voice actor. Well, yes, I've had one or two bad experiences, but all of them are really kind.
Yeah, we're because we hide in the shadows. We
Yeah,
don't we don't crave we crave the spotlight, but like a smaller spotlight.
yeah. We only crave the sound in the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, robots, and of course you got the films as well, the Michael Bay films.
Yes.
You got
There's
Bumblebee, and then you got Rise of the Beast. Have you seen Rise of the Beasts?
I have not seen Rise of the Beasts yet, but it's on my list. There's like 7 or 8 movies that I want to see this
Oh,
summer. Two of which are down. I saw The Flash. I saw Across the Spider-Verse.
I've seen it across the Spider-Verse.
So good. But yeah, Rise of the Beast. It's embarrassingly I have not seen it yet. I hear it's great. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
seen it. It's just a really good film.
great.
And yeah, I would recommend it. I went to see it, I think a day after it came out, and it was really good. I got myself a large popcorn, got a slush, and I just had a reclining chair in the cinema. It was just like the best hour and a half, 2 hours I've
Nice.
ever had to myself. Yeah, absolutely amazing.
The first
This
time
is
I saw a movie in the UK,
yeah,
I was in college, and
yeah.
now all movie theaters do this, but at the time, American movie theaters did not do this. We didn't have commercials before the movie started.
Oh yeah,
You showed up, and then it
commercials.
was
Yeah.
you were into the trailers, and then you were into the movie. And then so I showed up. I think I saw Zoolander. I'm dating myself now, but I think I saw Zoolander. Um, and I was very confused by the 30 minutes of commercials before the trailer like even
Weird.
started.
Like it's proper weird. I think I just call the trailers as well commercials. I mean, it's just like why can't you just go in there and just the movie starts? That's all I came for. Does it on the DVD? Well, okay,
Yeah.
they have a few promos on the DVD and then it goes into the film, but still, like
I was
I
like, I
don't
didn't know
get
we
it.
were putting in a full work day
I
at the
didn't know
movie.
we were watching television in the cinema.
But now we have commercials too. In America,
Oh,
we
do
do.
you? Ah, right.
There are kind of
Poor
commercials like
things.
leading up to it, but now everyone has the reserved seating, so it doesn't matter. Everyone just shows up just before the movie starts anyway.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeremy. I'll tell you what. I
yeah.
had to go get another straw for my slush at the cinema because they're using the paper straws now.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, it was doing the advert, so I had time to run out and go to the front desk and get a straw. So I suppose that
You game the system. You
yeah,
game the system.
yeah. Oh my gosh, so
Do a
that
little
was really fun.
judo on the
Yeah.
system. That's great.
Oh, have you heard about Transformers One that's coming out next year?
I have. Well, Thor is going to be Optimus Prime, right?
Yeah. I don't really think about it really because I know it's like mainly Hollywood casting and stuff like that. But I suppose it's just me and how I usually feel because I know in a lot of animated features now they're using like celebrities and stuff and marketing. I think the worst one has got to be an honorable mention real quick for Space Jam 2. I think they had like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck credited as themselves, and they had Zendaya credited as Lola Bunny.
Oh, weird.
I know, yeah. Apparently, Kathy
Weird.
Susie did do her lines as Lola before they
I think
were erased.
I think it was Eric Bauza who did Bugs and them.
Yeah,
I could be
yeah,
wrong.
and
Eric Bauza
Jeff.
is usually doing those Looney Tune characters now, almost all the
Yeah, and Jeff Bergman's doing some as well, and Fred Tatasciore and Candy Milo. I know she's doing all the female characters, so she's basically the new June Foray because she's doing both Granny and Witch Hazel now. Have you ever met any voice actors from like that side of the West Coast?
Have I met any?
Yeah.
Not a ton. I feel like we're all kind of staying in our lanes.
Yeah.
I do go out to LA occasionally. I have an LA agent, and I do go out to LA occasionally, but no, for the most part, like a lot of my voice actor friends are like, from the New York pool, kind of anime Pokemon pool of types of people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. I need to get to New York. I really, really do. Honestly, it's on one of my bucket places to visit, and it's just I need to come. I need to get over. Oh, what's that? That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I am jealous.
That's New York.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like my brother's been to New York and everything. Like, I just want to go. I just want to go. And Florida as well, and California. Like, they're just all on my list. Now that I've graduated college.
Florida, Florida, you can slow your roll a bit. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, it's only because I want to go to Islands of Adventure at Universal to see all the cartoon stuff. That's my primary reason.
That place is great. The Spider-Man ride rules.
Yeah, like I'm just obsessed with like theme parks. Like I think I've never been to an American theme park. I mean, heck, I've never been to America in my life. But it's just have you ever been to theme parks? What do you think of them?
Oh, I love theme parks.
Do you? Roller coaster fan.
Yeah, but also like I love the magic and the imagination. I just went to Disney World with my entire family, not to be confused with the cruise that I'm going on next week with my entire family. It's a lot of trips with my entire family of late. Yeah, we just got back from Disney 2 months ago or something like that. I love it. I mean, the imagination that goes into these things, the level of detail, it transports you to another place. It's absolutely incredible. And it's funny because the stuff that I liked when I was a kid, I still like it all, but the stuff I like as an adult now, I didn't even notice when I was a kid. Like Epcot has all of the countries, like the crossroads of the world or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I didn't care about that as a kid. I didn't care that I could go to Japan. I just wanted to like go on the Figment ride or whatever. But now I'm like walking around all these countries. I was like, this is incredible. Someone built this. I told my wife, I was like, I don't have to take you to Europe now. I just did. We're here.
Yeah.
I can get you a churro in Mexico. We did it.
Yeah. Oh man, I need to have that. I am going to Madrid next month. I need to have a fresh churro because when we went to this cafe and it was just, oh my gosh, right. The churros weren't fresh. They were just like kind of like chewy or hard or just like it just didn't feel fresh and doughy. It's just like, I just want a fresh churro just dipped in chocolate covered in cinnamon sugar. I
get that churro. Get that churro.
Yeah.
You deserve that churro. Get that churro.
Yeah. Is there any foods that you like that are from around the world?
Yeah, well, I love churros. Let's see. I love Thai food. Big fan of Thai food. My neighborhood is like little Thailand. There's like a Thai spot on every corner. Let's see. I'm a lover of all foods, I would say. French food is great. The pastries in Paris are just to die for. I was in Paris and started every day with a chocolate chip croissant. And
that sounds nice.
Yeah.
I've never had a chocolate chip croissant before. I've had a plain one, but not a chocolate chip one.
I was there with a couple of buddies. This is how good the food is and the restaurants are in Paris. We were hungry and we just popped into a restaurant. We didn't know that much about it. It was just kind of there, and we were like, sure, this is great. And we had our meal, and it was fantastic. and then we get the check and we look at it and we're like, oh, this place has a Michelin star. That is very difficult to achieve. Just wander into a place in Paris that has a Michelin star is amazing. That is very, very cool.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I like pizza. Like it obviously it's from Italy and stuff like that, and just like goes different toppings. I like Chinese food. I like Indian food. American food.
Yeah, yes.
So good. Like just like anything like jumbo marshmallows or anything like that. It's just absolutely just perfect, you know.
Well, when you come to New York, I'll tell you which pizza spots to go to.
Oh yeah,
I'll
please
send
do.
you the best ones. We're known for our pizza here. Just ask the Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
Any
yeah, they're right here in my wardrobe.
Just ask them; they'll tell you.
Yeah, definitely. Just hope they can just plain cheese, you know. That's just my thing, you know.
Fair
That's
enough.
what I have.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. That's what we call it.
And Pokemon. You were in
Yes.
Pokemon, the Sun and
Yes.
Moon, I believe, right?
Yes, I was.
That's so cool. So tell me a little bit about your time on that show.
So I got a message from Lisa Ortiz, who's the voice director and casting director for Pokemon. Also great. I just saw her when I was in LA.
Wow.
And she brought me in to like read for a couple roles. Pokemon it's very funny because there's so many people who've been working on that show for so long that it's like a club. It's kind of like a fraternity sorority situation. And these people have been friends for a very long time. They're kind of welcoming. It was clearly very new to this. And I had, a relatively small role compared to all these other people on there. So they were very welcoming, but there was like a Pokemon cast party, and it was so incredible to see these people that have become like a family over the years. But they've been great. They've been very welcoming. Sarah Natochenny plays Ash. She is very, very cool. My wife and I have become friends with her. She's like mostly out in LA now, but we hang out when she's in New York. It's a very special thing that Pokemon has going on there, and it has such a legacy and such a fandom. I think I mostly just didn't want to mess it up. Like my biggest feeling in approaching it was just like with reverence and being like, this is a thing that means a lot to a lot of people. I just want to do it justice, and I want to like kind of fit into this world. And it was my first experience with dubbing, which is different from prelay, which is what I'm used to, and harder, much harder. All these people who do mostly anime, bravo, because I think dubbing is much, much harder than just recording it and then having them animate it to you, because you're juggling so much. I think there's a voice director who I was working with who said, here's the thing about dubbing. There's the performance and there's the timing, because you have to have a good performance. And especially like with Pokemon, you don't get the scripts beforehand because they are very, very serious about security and leaks. So every other show I've ever done, well, they email you a script, they send you a script, you get to like prepare before you go in. Pokemon's basically a cold read. You come in, Lisa explains to you what's going on, explains to you what you're doing. So you have to nail that performance, and you have to nail that performance basically cold without any preparation, which is very hard to do. So you need to nail the performance, and you need to nail the timing. I mean, you need to match the mouth flaps that are on the screen, and there's a lot of looking down and looking up, or these days they have kind of like a karaoke thing where the words are going across the screen and they'll light up.
I think that's what they do for Miraculous Ladybugs. I've seen a behind the scenes thing of that.
Yeah, I think that's becoming more prevalent, but even that's hard too, because sometimes like the little karaoke thing is moving at a pace that you would not normally speak at. Like it's either very fast or very slow, or will get very fast and then slow down. So this voice director said, some people can nail the performance, some people can nail the timing. Very few people can do both. I'd like to think that I'm one of those people most of the time, but I do not think of myself as like a career dubber, at least not yet. And the people who are, oh man, you are incredible. It is really, really, really hard to do.
Have you seen the original Pokemon? Like the cartoon, or did you go with Pokemon cards? I don't know.
I didn't. That was a little after my time. That was a little bit after me. I'm old. I'm older than I look. I have this boyish charm, but I'm older than I look. So yeah, no, really, I kind of missed that. I did when everyone was hunting the Pokemon. What was it, like 4 years ago or something like that? 5 years ago?
Go, yeah, that's what I used to play. Oh man, that's just such, just like me wandering around London, just trying to find all these poker men. I don't know. These Pokemon. Yeah. So it was really fun. I
did that. I loved that. That was so much fun. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know, but like the whole idea of this like AR world where you could just see Pokemon in the middle of Times Square. That was so much fun. So I did do that for a while. I wasn't very good. I had friends who like had very beefy, very strong Pokemon. Mine were little wimpy Pokemon, but they were adorable. They were very cute. But that was most of my experience with Pokemon. My wife, on the other hand, plays a Sorola on Pokemon. Her mom made that for us for our 1 year together anniversary. She was a Pokemon super fan. She did grow up with Pokemon. She loved Pokemon. And this was her moment when she was on Pokemon, and she was so good at having that kind of Pokemon anime voice quality and cadence, because it was in her bones. She knew exactly what to do with this character. And she is great. Go watch her. She is great and very pretty. I love
definitely will. And our final topic is going to be about Nella the Princess Knight, which did air in the UK. I think it was only Nella that was dubbed, but apart from that, yeah. Oh my gosh, Courtney Shaw was in it as well. Wow, there's a lot of people in it who I didn't didn't like, that were in it. That's so cool. So what was it like working on that show, really?
That show was so much fun. Ed Lewis, voice director, casting director, so much fun to work with. Ed is maybe the most hands-on voice director I have ever worked with. He will come into the booth with you. Like it's like a lot of times now, you record by yourself. I think for the most part, there's very few people who are doing group records now, just because logistically it doesn't make a ton of sense. So a lot of times, it's difficult. You are acting against yourself. You don't have, anyone to read against. Ed will come in the booth. He will look you in the eye. He will read the lines opposite yours. He will like get in your face. He will like flail. He will do whatever he needs to do to get a performance out of you. So funny, so creative, has such interesting takes. There was Dermok was like the big sort of American gladiator character. He was. I think they said he was like a WWE wrestler,
and he kind of talked like this. And he had a lot of gravity to his voice. He was a big guy.
But he was supposed to have this villainous laugh. And I will tell you, laughing on command is not my strong suit. and he was not satisfied with my like villainous laugh for this character. And he kept saying, he's just like, yeah, Jeremy, like, forgive me. That's not it. Like, let's try this again. Let's keep going back. And I was like, okay, I really want to get it right. And then he said something, and I did sort of my own personal high-pitched laugh. And he was like, do that. Let's do that. So on the fly, this big, scary, villainous character who was supposed to have this like bellowing villainous laugh, every time that he did something villainous, he just had this sort of like very high-pitched laugh that we came up with on the fly. And it is so funny to watch. And that was all Ed. That was great.
Wow, that's so cool. What about Badalf?
So Badalf is also so much fun, and the first time I have ever been able to sing in a cartoon, which was also a dream of mine. I started out as a musical theater major in college, so I thought I was going to be like kind of a singy, dancey guy. Until I went to school with a bunch of musical theater majors, and I was just like, oh no, they're singy dancey people. I'm not a singy dancey person. They are singy dancey. You have to like really love musical theater, I think, to do musical theater. But I love to sing, and I've always wanted to sing in a cartoon, and I got to do it with Badalf, which was so much fun. Very, very cool. And that character itself is just so much fun because he's so over the top. Just
so
like
cool.
so extra. Everything is very performative. He's very expressive.
That's so cool. Well, honestly,
fun to let loose.
Yeah, well, honestly, Jeremy, it sounds like you've had such an amazing career so far, and I do wish you luck in all your future endeavors, whether it's voice acting or if you return to Transformers, the Transformers franchise as Bumblebee. I look forward to hearing your return.
I would love that. Thank you so much. This is so much fun. It was so great hanging out with you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna do like a little
graduate, you.
First of all, Jeremy, thank you so much for being on my show. It's been such a great honor to talk to you. Where can we find you on social media?
I am on Instagram at Mr. Jeremy Levy. I am also on Twitter at Mr. Jeremy Levy, although I am slightly less active on Twitter these days. I find it to be something of a hellscape, but I'll be there sometimes. Yeah, you can find me there. And that's basically it. I'm not the biggest social media guy, but when I do post, oh baby,
yeah, it
is worth it.
It's just JJ pictures.
Yeah,
it's just JJ pictures.
That's basically it. That's all it is.
Yeah. For those of you who do live in England, Jeremy will be appearing again. Well, when I say again, I mean I'm saying this again. I mean, if you return like next year, that'd be awesome. Again, Jeremy will be appearing at TFNation in Birmingham this August, from the 10th to the 13th of August at the Hilton. I should know this. I booked my tickets.
Definitely a Hilton. It's definitely
yeah, it is definitely a Hilton. I just can't remember the I nearly said Hilton Marriott Burbank. That's where TFCon is. No, because it's all similar, isn't it? The Hilton Birmingham Metropole, I believe that's the name of the hotel.
That sounds correct.
Yep, and so
I'm also going to be at Botcon, August 20th through the 26th. With a bunch of my Cyberverse castmates. I know Travis is going to be there. Jessica is going to be there. Ryan is going to be there. I'm forgetting people.
Scott McNeil, Gary Chalk, Simon Furman, Bob Bodansky, Susan Blue, Dick Terhune.
Yep, he is on Cyberverse as well.
Nina
He plays
Terzo, Jessica, Jamie Lamchick, who is
Jamie Lamchick plays RC and a bunch of other people on Cyberverse.
Laurie Himes, Ryan Andes.
Yep. All these Cyberverse folks.
It seems like they've got a lot of Cyberverse, and it makes sense because it's in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
I can actually
the American Dream Mall.
I can see the American Dream Mall from my balcony here.
Oh wow, that's so
So that is where we're gonna be. It's gonna be great. We're gonna do a Q&A, and I think, do not quote me on this, we might do a partial cast read, like a live cast read. I don't know if that's actually gonna happen, but it might. So if you come and we don't do it, take that caveat. But I think it might happen.
Just tell the organizers. So if you are living in the New Jersey area or the Birmingham area, depending if you're in the UK or US, please go and see Jeremy and everybody else who is going to TFNation and Botcon. And with that being said, I'll sign off here. Thank you so much for watching this episode of In Conversation with ATF. It's been a pleasure to chat to the wonderful Jeremy Levy, and I'm so excited to meet him at TFNation, honestly, and hope
I am excited to meet you
too. ATF meets. It's always cool when I meet a guest on my show in real life, like after I've done the interview with him. It's you meeting the woman behind it all.
Yeah, we're buds now. Now we're buds.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you around. All right. Okay, everybody. Bye from me, Jeremy. Bye.
Take care.
Cut.